What's going on, traders? In this video, we're going to talk about what happened the last time the US got a downgrade on its credit rating and how it affected the overall stock market. Before we start, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So first things first, we're going to talk about our key levels when it comes to the SPY. And we're looking at the 4-hour time frame here, and your key level is 590. Now, interesting enough, we ended up closing above 590, but after hours, we ended up getting news that Moody downgraded the US credit rating, and we saw a pretty significant drop after hours, and we ended up closing below 590, or I shouldn't say we closed below 590, but we ended up moving below 590 when it comes to the SPY. And so now that we're below 590, what's going to happen next? Well, as long as we stay below 590, our next key level is 582. If we get below 582, we're heading towards 575, 576 more or less. And if we get below 575, we're pretty liquid all the way to this gap fill at around 570, between 575 766. And so we also have to pay attention to the idea that there is a rising wedge here. We ended up rejecting the top of this rising wedge 3 times so far. So rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. And we also ended this rejection with a bearish engulfing candle. So it's not looking good heading into next week if you are bullish. Now, if you're bearish, you're drooling at the mouth right now. You're excited, okay? You got the oil ready. You are hyped. You are ready to go. So things are looking good when it comes to the bearish side of things. Now, if we go back in time to the last time the US got a downgrade on its credit rating, last time this happened was in August of 2023. And as you guys can see here, August 1st of 2023 to be specific, we ended up tanking for the next 3 months before the market ended up recovering back towards the upside. But this wasn't the only time this happened. We go further back in time, we go all the way back to August 2011, we see the same exact thing. And feel free to, Google this, look this up yourself on the dates. But we see here back in 2011, the same thing happened. The week of August, or the first week of August, we ended up getting that report or that news that the U.S. is getting a downgrade on its credit rating, and the market ended up tanking for the next month or so. And then we ended up consolidating for the month of September before recovering back towards the upside. So based on the charts, based on what we're seeing on the charts, and based on history, it's not looking too good heading into the next week. Now, this is something I've been trying to warn you guys about, right? By all means, enjoy the upside. I'm not against upside at all. The problem is that we are getting too complacent with the upside, right? Because this is not a normal move, right? This is not something that you want to marry and start screaming all-time highs. Again, make your money to the upside, but something we've been talking about since the month of April is that I do expect one more rug pull, and I even gave you guys a timeline. I said the month of May, I expect a rug pull to happen, and then summertime, I expect the market to start recovering towards the upside. Not recovering, but start really heading towards that all-time high target. Now, interesting enough, a lot of you actually listened to what I said, and some of you ignored the May part, right, where I kept saying the month of May. And I get it, traders, humans in general, expect instant gratification when someone says something, or when it comes to money in general, right? But since April, I've said the month of May, I expect another rug pull. We're still in the month of May, and that part got ignored. A lot of you assumed I was talking about the next day, the next week, or something like that, but no matter how many times I said May, that got ignored. But it's looking like things are kind of lining up to a potential rug pull. So the question is, how low can we potentially go? Well, if we're looking at the SPY daily time frame, I imagine the lowest we could potentially go, if we are going off what happened in the past, 2023, 2011, if we're lowballing things, I would simply say we can just simply retest this area down here, all the way, this gap fill all the way down here at about 566, before potentially moving back towards the upside, maybe get one more pump towards the upside, right, and potentially heading towards all-time highs. However, if we are talking about months or 3 months or anything like that, given off history, right, if we're talking about months at a time, we can obviously head much lower than that. And I do imagine that if we are going to head much lower than that, then we can head to the low 500s, about 530, 525 on the SPY, this next gap fill, before the market truly recovers. Now, I will say, for the bullish perspective, that we are in different times, right? The market is moving off of tweets from the president. We have a tariff, I guess somewhat of a tariff war happening right now. So times are different, and obviously history does not have to repeat itself exactly to the T, right? So very much possible that maybe this just only happens for a day or two. Maybe it happens for a week. Maybe we just, drop Monday and then recover back towards the upside. Maybe, Trump announces some new tariff deal. So we are in very, very different times, right? So it's very much possible, but I would be careful heading into Monday. It's kind of interesting how things aligned with the whole Michael Burry news, right? I'm butchering his name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. With when how he was shorting Nvidia, shorting Baba, so on and so forth, and then the next day we ended up getting this news. I think that's absolutely insane. Now we don't know exactly when he got these positions or anything like that, or even the expirations for these positions. For all we know, he probably sold them, right? But I think it's very interesting on how this all lined up. So you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But right now, it's looking like we could potentially see more downside, at least for the week of the week of, what was it, May 19th. It's looking like we could potentially see more downside. And once again, your key level is 590. As long as you stay below 590, 582 is on the table. You get below 582, you're heading towards 576, 575. And I imagine the lowest we could potentially go for now is about 566. Now, despite my thoughts on us dropping for the month of May, this does look like, if we're going off what we saw in the past, this looks like another buying opportunity in the making, right? I think, I mean, if we go back, let's go back again. This is a beautiful buying opportunity. Now, I don't know if we're going to tank for the whole summer. I doubt that's going to be the case. It's very rare that the market tanks for the whole summer, right? And this was in August, so it's a completely different time. But this would, from what we've seen in the past, every time we got this news, it was a beautiful buying opportunity, right? So I'm actually excited for this if this does happen. And I'm not, again, for those of you who have your earplugs in and don't listen to what I say, and you just read thumbnails, I'm not saying that this is exactly going to happen, that we're just going to tank for the next 3 months. I simply think that we're going to tank or get a rug pull for the month of May, which we might be witnessing now, and then we start recovering for the summertime, right? And if we go back in 2011, right, all the way to 2011 all over again, we see that this only happened for about a month, and then you consolidate it. Now the consolidation could be pretty annoying, but we're talking about the weekly time frame here, so you still got some pretty good swing positions here. You can get some pretty volatile moves here, I should say. So you tank for about a month or two before you started recovering towards the upside. So I do expect more downside to happen come next week, just given off what we've seen in the past. But obviously that can change just based off our president, just based off how the market reacts to everything he says, and just based off the possible deals that he made overseas, right? He said he was going to announce some, the deals when he comes back to the States. So we'll see. Maybe he announced a deal, maybe he announces a deal, and this drop only happens for like a day or two, and then we just pump back towards the upside, right? So that's what I'm looking at for the overall market. I'll make another video, obviously going over everything else, triple Qs, SPX. Let me know if you guys want me to start going over the SPX, NDX, all that fun stuff. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think they're much better to trade versus to spy, but let me know what you guys think. Other than that, that's all I have for this video. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until the next video, traders, have a good one.